Hi there, socials. It's a big smile. Welcome to what is this?
A first.
A first couples vlog. Um, I Firstly, let's just say that we are doing this not because we think we're special.
Nope.
Nope. We are really doing this because we both come from homes where our parents went through the hurt and the pain of divorce, and we actually grew up with dysfunctional homes, and our desire has always been to not for us not to get to that point. And we know God has been good to us, and we personally know that we have something special, and we're so grateful. And I always tell him, if we can impact others, why not? So thought, why don't I do a Q&A and ask people? Why don't I ask people to if they have any questions for us? And I so badly wanted my husband to be on my channel and he's here now. So I'm going to start. We got a few questions. So are we gonna do it? Are we gonna must I ask and then you answer? How?
Yeah, you ask.
I ask the first one, and then you answer the first one, then you ask the second one, and I answer that one. Okay. Is there anything you want to say before we start?
Yeah, welcome everybody to our channel.
Our channel.
Yeah, when you're married, you become our. Everything is
Yeah.
us, so that's the authority that we've got. So yeah, I'm looking forward to your comments below. So please subscribe.
You see, this guy's been watching my vlogs, my videos. We actually away on a weekend away. Sorry, babe, just keep it, please. We actually on a night away, and I wanted us to do the video where we stayed, and he said no, let's go look for a nice background, and so this is why we are here. So I'm going to start with the first question. I'm not going to say who asked it. I'm not going to place people on the spot, right? So people want to know. I'm so glad this is the first one for you. How our journey started.
Very good question. In all honesty, I would actually like you to answer that
Because
question.
he does not know.
I would like you to answer that question.
But it's because you don't. Is it because, okay, our journey started twice, right? And we've actually met. We worked together. And did you see me first or did I see you first?
Let's just say you saw me first.
Oh my gosh. Really now?
Mhm.
Really? You weren't in the office that time even? Okay, let's just say no, you sir.
You saw me first.
Okay guys, I probably saw him first. But who told his mother what?
See that lady sitting on the bed there? I'm gonna marry her.
Really guys, that's how it started. We met at the office, we worked together, and he was away, and I just saw this name, Yusuf. I'm like, I wonder who this is. I did not see him, I saw your name, and I was like, interesting. And then when I saw him, I was like, okay, it's a match. And then I thought, and then we had a year-end function at his house. And he hardly spoke to me. In actual fact, the girl that liked him told me about him and stuff. And I was like, okay. And then we sat in his room, because the party was at his place, because he was one of the managers. The after party, actually. And then I sat on his bed with his mom and 2 or 3 other ladies, and we were just chatting. And then he came in with this girl that liked him. The girl that liked him was in the room. And he came in, he's like, Mom. And all of the other ladies were sitting there. He's like, Mom, you see that girl on the bed? I'm going to marry her. Can you imagine? And I was like, man, this guy is silly. And then eventually, a week or so after that, we went on a date. And he was so romantic. He took me, but he didn't know this. Because our family, every New Year on the 1st of Jan, we used to go to Campsite. It was like a family tradition, and we used to always go sit by this one specific rock, like a huge massive rock, and we used to always sit right there. And then he took me, and guess what, he actually took me. What was we dated for 3 months, and then he was relocated because of his work. and then we broke up to Johannesburg, and it didn't work out. For me, I'm not the long distance girl, but anyway, we met up back in 2007 again. So we've been together now, technically 10 years and a few months, but in reality, we've known each other longer. Because those 2 years does count for something. 2005. Broken service. So the next question is, you need to answer this. Did you guys have ups and downs and temptations, and how do you guys overcome it?
That question is a little bit vague. Ups and downs. Yes, life isn't perfect. We all go through things. There's lots of times where Chandra and myself, we must understand each other through simple things. And I'm not going to make examples because there's many examples. Hence she's nodding her head. So, ups and downs all the time. Small things. And it's, the funny thing is, it's normally the small things that makes the downs.
Yeah.
And it's how you basically control it. So I just got one tip for that. Do not go sleep with a problem, no matter how small it is, because when you wake up it gets huge, it's bigger. So we've got a rule: if we do have a disagreement, we shall not sleep until it's resolved. And I love my sleep, so I want to get it resolved. She loves the sleep, she wants to get it resolved. So if you love sleeping, then I think you'd want to solve the problem.
Yes, and also we got that advice on our wedding day. Remember, my grandma, who's no longer with us, gave us that advice, and we used it. And that has worked for us. Temptation, you didn't answer.
Look, temptation is everywhere. It's basically, it's all I can say is you need to just stay focused. Curiosity kills the cat. That's the best way I can explain.
Yes.
So if you're gonna be curious, you are gonna be burnt, or you are gonna you are going to give in to that temptation.
Yes.
So it's all about you not being curious and just enjoy your partner.
Yes. And then I need to answer this one. It's how have you guys reached this amazing life you have now? I'm so glad people saying amazing life. I just received that. I think what for us, if you call it amazing, I must say, like, we are content, we're genuinely happy, and I can say that it does feel to me personally like it is, like we do have that amazing life. For, like, we feel content. I think with us, it's very important to support your partner. It's very important to zoom into each other's lives, like, on a regular basis. And I think that is what works for us and how we feel like we've reached this amazing life. And like we said now, the ups and the downs and stuff, that does come, but it is important to just check in that your partner is always happy. Here's another question. This one you can answer. How do we cope with everyday pressure?
Take it one step at a time. So if pressure is everywhere, whether it's at work, whether it's home, whether it's wherever. We're living in a fast-paced world, so don't get too ahead of yourself. And whatever happened yesterday, don't worry too much about it, because there's nothing that you can do about yesterday. So just live in the moment, focus on what's happening now, and just stick with it. One step at a time. Just one step at a time.
And then this question is for myself. It says, how do I cope being a housewife, a mother of 3, and an entrepreneur? Is basically, it's like he said, sometimes you want to, like, think too far in advance, and I think we've just come to the point where we know that God holds the future, and He ultimately directs your footsteps. And that is what works for me, is the fact that I've got he's extremely supportive, not just in business, but he is extremely supportive when it comes to the kids, and just like the household. It doesn't feel like it's all on me, so that helps me. he would, for example, bath the kids, put them to bed, while I maybe package orders, or he would go, drop off orders while I maybe like feed the kids, or we make it happen, and
Yeah,
like
it's teamwork.
teamwork basically. There's the answer. I think that's, oh yeah, this one you can answer, or both of us maybe. How do you keep dating with 3 kids?
Alright, so get him to bed earlier. I know I've been to many homes and the kids go sleep at 12 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. So we try to strictly have a routine for them. Doesn't always work, but we try to get them to bed at 8 o'clock. So I know from 8 o'clock I can have some quality time with my wife. We can chat about our day, how did the day go, what obstacles did we have, and just like do a check-in, and for all your social media people out there, when you do have quality time, please keep the phone on charge. Thank you.
He struggled. The reason why I'm saying it's social media people is because he's not a social media person, and I understand why. I couldn't at first, but when he explained it to me, I understood it. And one thing that I admire is the fact that to him, it's about, he says, you connect so much better when you spend actual time with a person. And he always says you update that picture and you are genuinely so pure and your heart is so pure in doing things, and then somebody just takes it the complete opposite way, and people judge you for no reason, and like this moment right here it's quite big for me, because this took a lot of him to do, and that is also like we said, people make up their own things already way before perceptions and stuff, way before you actually get to it. And he is so right. So every night when the kids go sleep, he makes me tea, or I make him tea, and then we sit on the couch. Even the baby, he sleeps like from 7:30. So we always make sure you don't always have to go somewhere to date. And that is exactly what we like now. We are away for the first time together after Sage's birth, and he's 6 months now. And we just took one night to just like get into it. And it's been so amazing. Like we could just laugh and like genuinely just connect with each other. And that is so, so important. This one is almost the same as the one above. This one is for me. It's how do you balance your life and still look on point? Thank you. How do I balance? It's like I answered in the previous question. It's actually the same answer. And the looking on point part, this is so funny, because I have a cousin that when she was young, she was always like super on point, and she was like, oh my goodness, I admired her so much. And then when she had a baby, she just went the complete opposite way, like the complete opposite way. The day we got married as well, the pastor said, you know what, you need to make sure that you always look good for your husband, because men are men and they will look around like it's just they men. So I try to make sure that I always like keep his eyes focused. I keep his eyes,
like when we got married, she always said, I don't want to lose myself.
yes.
And I think that's what it's about. So ladies out there, don't lose yourself.
Don't lose yourselves. Yusuf, this one is for you. Yusuf, you are such a supportive husband, and it truly shows on your wife. Any tips for husbands out there?
Look, they say a happy wife is a happy life. It's a cliche. I think it's the truth. So just be supportive. Make sure that you're in the relationship 100%. Make sure you're focusing. Make sure you're working hard and smart. And the most important thing is actively listen to your wife. Because husbands out there, your wives can talk. My wife certainly can talk a lot. So it's easy to be distracted, and because you come with that pressure from work or from your business, and it's difficult to be actively listening. So just actively listen to your wife. And listen to your wife basically means let her complain, let her vent, let her talk what she needs to talk, and from there put some actions in place.
And that is the one thing about him. He is such a problem solver. I would come with this, and that. His mind, I think you were just, I don't know, well done to my mother-in-law. But I think he's just wired like that. He's always about, okay, solution, da. And that is it. And in business, especially, he's the one person I would go to and say this, and that. And because I know his mind is wired like that. This question is, how, it's in Afrikaans, wow, julle die lamp aan die brand. How do we keep the
fire
flame,
burning?
the fire burning, the hot flames, and how do you make time for each other? Because I answer that one.
Yeah, it's for you.
Okay. I think, like we said, we're on a getaway now. We're not at home. We're away from life. And we even do this as a family. Those of you who know, last year we took a month vacation without any connection to the world. I think we only connected thrice on the ship, to find out if everyone is still okay. But it's so important to just cut yourself off from the world and just connect, and connecting does not mean, for married couples, doesn't always mean sexually. It might just mean being intimate is just cuddling, and know what your husband or your wife's love language is, because I feel like that for me, they say in the first few years of dating, first few months of dating, you tap into every single love language. And that is why we're always on cloud 9, because, oh my gosh, he does everything. He knows what to say, knows what to do. And as the relationship progresses, you actually get to the point where you like, oh, okay, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to do this anymore. And maybe that is the actual love language. Like in the beginning of our marriage, his love language used to be, what was it? Acts of service and words of affirmation. And mine also used to be acts of service and quality time. And it changed over the years. And that's why it's so important to know your partner's love language, because you need to check that person's love tank is full, because a car can't go anywhere without fuel. And it's the same as for a person and as for a relationship as well. So
on the point of actually spending time and going out, I just want to tell you people out there that, look, going out doesn't mean that you need to spend a lot of money. We went out this weekend, and I promise you, we didn't spend a lot of money. It was planned a month in advance, and as a result of that planning, you kind of spend less money. So all I can say is, when you do want to spend quality time, make sure that it's planned ahead of time, because then you can get better options, you can get better rates. And yeah, look at the seasons right now. I know the sun is shining, but it's almost winter.
Yeah.
So the rates for accommodation is also cheaper during winter. So look at all of those things from a financial point of view, because I know there's a lot of people out there that will say, I don't have money to take my partner away for the weekend, but there is alternative ways like Airbnb that we just did.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Amazing Airbnb.
We actually, at the end of this video, I think my wife should put on a picture of that breakfast that we had.
I'm going to,
because it was like an international breakfast that we had this morning.
So this one, I'm going to let you answer. Who's
It's
the
the last
stubborn?
question.
This is the last question, guys. Who's the stubborn one? Listen, I know I'm stubborn, but I know I'm stubborn. But what Yusuf does, like, he's also stubborn, but he's always stubborn with the reason. I'm also stubborn with the reason. I sound like I'm trying to justify.
You're being stubborn now.
But we have moments, I think. Like you have moments, don't you think? Sometimes.
Very few.
Very few.
But this is the stubborn one.
And then, how do we deal with compromising? In your marriage, how do we deal with it? Can I answer that? Compromising, it's quite difficult, I think. It is quite difficult. The thing is, for example, his desire is to have a motorbike. He's always had this desire, and I I just had this thing of I'm not about that life. Like my husband, I've got 3 kids and a motorbike. Because immediately, what do you think? Obviously, and I just had to look at it from a different point of view. And I actually told him it's something he really wants. Why am I depriving him from something he wants? Because I have a fear. So based on that, I said, okay, we can start considering it. And the thing about compromising is that you must remember that at the end of the day, both needs to be happy, but sometimes it comes from a place of fear. It comes from your reason for not wanting to compromise. It comes from a place of fear or hurt or anything like that, like my example now with regards to the motorbike. So yes, that is how I feel. Anything you want to say?
Look, I'm just glad that you're giving me my motorbike.
Okay. You see, this one you can answer. How do we take each other's feelings into consideration when making big decisions?
When it comes to decision making and feelings, I always try to put myself in that person's shoes.
Yes.
So from that point of view, I'll ask myself now, why is this person feeling like this? And what brought this person to this point that this person is feeling like this? And putting yourself in somebody else's shoes gives you a different perspective. Because if you don't do that, you're using your own perspective. That brings you to the stubbornness part. So yeah, it's basically just taking it from there. So look, try looking at the problem or the scenario from different angles.
Yes. And that is about it.
Oh yes.
For the questions. And something I just want to add on on the video is that remember, every relationship is different. We did not start out understanding each other and knowing what the person's love language is. We had to work to get to this point, let's put it that way. So it's different for everyone. And remember that you are 2 people. You come from different backgrounds, you come from different homes and families, and now you have to build a home together. And you were raised differently. So at the end of the day, the 2 of you will find what it is that works for both of you. I personally want to say thank you so much to everyone who sent us questions.
So thank you, my wife, for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, boo.
To actually
Baby.
be here and share my thoughts and my reasoning with the viewers or your viewers.
Yes.
But I just want to say, look, at the end of the day, it's about 2 people becoming one.
Yes.
And it's not about what the next person has or what the other person don't have. I've seen a lot of people, they like to judge other couples or other people, other marriages and stuff. And when you are married, do not focus on other people.
Yes.
You need to be, in a sense, very selfish with your marriage. Just selfish in terms of focus on what you have. Don't focus on what other people have or what they don't have. So if John Soap has a BMW X5, doesn't mean now you need to go and get the BMW X5.
Yes.
Because John Soap did different things to get that BMW X5. So just focus on what you have and take it from there and be realistic and live according to your means. And
Very important.
yeah, and just be real, man. That's it. Just be real.
Yes. So we are sending love to all of you. Mwah, mwah, bye.